Shivaya Namaha, Shivaya Namaha, Shivaya Namaha. Is this audio okay?
Mahadev Swamiji, it is okay, Swamiji.
Om. Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanshcha Prahinoti Tasmai Tam Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sarvopaplavarahitāha prajñānaghanah pratyagartho brahmaivahamasmi brahmaivahamasmi. Vedantartha vibhasakaya gurave Shantaya sannyasine Nanavadi nagendra sanghapavaye Yogindra vandyaya cha Mohatvanta divakaraya bhagavat padabhidham vivrate Tasmai bhashakrite namostu satatam Purnaya bodhatmane. Om Brahmaham yat prasadena Mayi Vishwam prakalpitam Shrimat Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranami Jagatam Guru Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punasvayam Tan Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya prasadadahamadvayatma Vishwam samastam mayi kalpitancha Tan sarvalokaikagurum sadashri Swayam prakasham gurumanatosmi Gurunam charanam bhojam pranipatya nirantaram tatkripa leshato Chinta kaustubhamarabhe. Om. Now that we have a good conclusive strong understanding that Brahman is Jagat Karanam. Now comes the question as, yes, since Paramanu, Prakriti, etc. cannot be admitted to be Jagat Karanam, Brahman is Jagat Karanam. Yet, we need to see the process through which the world which is available to us now in the form of all these objects, animate and inanimate, the various bodies of animals, human beings, known and unknown, the world which is manifest as well as that which is not available to the senses, yet its existence cannot be denied. Okay. How then has this world come from Brahman? So now, in order to provide an explanation, the Upanishad says, Tasmadvaye tasmad atmanaha akasha sambhutaha. It is from this Mayopadika Chaitanyam, Akasha, Vayu, Tej, Aap, and Prithvi have come into existence. All these 5 elements are called as the Sukshma Bhutas. At the same time, they are called as Apanchikrita Bhutas also. We have seen up to this point. The reason why they are called as Sukshma Bhutas, meaning the subtle elements, Sukshma Bhutas, is because Vyavahara Ayogyatvat, because they do not have the capacity to become the objects of any empirical transactions. Vyavahara Ayogyatvat. This is the reason why they are called as Sukshma Bhuta. Now, the second thing is, these Sukshma Bhutas are also called as Apanchikrita Bhutas. Why are they called as Apanchikrita Bhutas? Because though they are 5 elements, yet they have not yet undergone the process of grossification. This process of grossification has a technical name, a term, and it is Panchikaranam. It is called as Panchikaranam. Then, since they are not Panchikrita Bhutas, they are called as Apanchikrita Bhutas. Okay, we have seen up to this point. One more point to recapitulate is that these bhutas are trigunatmakas. Why are they trigunatmaka? Because the cause is Maya, and this Maya, which is non-separate from Brahman. Therefore, it is not duality. So even when we say Maya is the cause of all these bhutas, we cannot say that something other than Brahman is the cause. You remember? Because Maya does not have existence apart from Brahman. So this Maya now is Trigunatmika. The very body of Maya is of these three gunas. And Maya being the cause, even the effect, the five subtle elements also have Sattva, Raja, and Tama as their basic building material. Right? Now, having kept all these things at the background of our mind, the text proceeds further. Okay. On page number 70 in the physical copy, the original text. एतेभ्यः सूक्ष्मभूतेभ्यः स्थूलभूतानि सूक्ष्मशरीराणि च सप्तदशलिङ्गात्मकानि jayante. Now, it is said, it is from these very five elements. Which five elements are we talking about? Sukshma bhutas. From these Sukshma bhutas, the sthula, the grossified five elements are born. Just as the grossified five elements are born, so also these five elements, subtle elements, become the cause of the subtle body too. Okay? These subtle bodies are what? Saptadasha lingatmakani. Okay? Jayante. Are you can say now, they are, linga means an indication. Okay? An indication. 17 in number. There are 17 indications. And all of these 17 together then are the indications of the subtle body. Therefore, the subtle body is called as Saptadasha Lingatmaka Shariram. Okay. So now we have this line to dwell upon. So now please come to the commentary part of it. Etebhyaha, from these subtle elements. Etebhyaha means Sukshma bhutebhyaha Sukshma shariranam sthula bhutanam cha utpattimaha. Now, what is the purpose of this line, of this sentence from the author? It is to tell us the creation or coming into existence of the Sukshma bhutas, of the Sukshma sharira, the subtle body, and of the gross elements. So it is the existence of the gross elements and the subtle body is being explained. Their existence is being justified as an effect of the Sukshma bhutas, of the subtle elements. Got it? So far, so good? Hopefully. Etebhyaha. Then, lingani ganayati saptadasha iti. Hey, now the author takes a little more effort, even in allowing us to have an actual count of the indications of the subtle body, which are 17 in number. Lingani ganayati saptadasha iti. What are those? Shrotra, Tvak, Chakshuhu, Rasana, Granakhyani, Jnanendriyani. Before we go to that, now come back to the original text. Saptadasha lingani tu Jnanendriyani pancha. The 5 organs of knowledge. Jnanendriyani pancha, organs of knowledge. 5. So 5. Karmendriyani pancha, the 5 organs of action. So we have 10. Then manobuddhi, the mind and the intellect. 12. So 2 plus 10, 12. Pancha pranascha iti. And the 5 pranas, the 5 vital airs. Okay? And the vital air means the air which has entered. Now, it becomes the very reason for various functions in the body. Okay? There are various functions accomplished by the air which is inhaled and exhaled out. So now when air as it is outside does not accomplish whether it is a digestion or circulation, but when it enters the body, it pushes and forces all the systems to function. Correct? It causes the system to function, and therefore these are called as the vital airs or the pranas. They are 5 in number because they accomplish 5 functions. So pancha pranaha. Now is your count of 17 there with you? Pancha jnanendriyani, the 5 organs of knowledge, 5 organs of action, 5 pranas, mind and intellect. Mano buddhi. Mano buddhi. So we have 17 in total. Now the same thing will be explained, okay, in the commentary section part of it. Shrotra, Tvak, Chakshu, Rasana, Ghanakhyani, Jnanendriyani. Now we have to also remember the sequence, okay? The sequence is also very important. It is not random. The sequence is indicative of the same krama, serial, in which are tasmadvai tasmadakashas atmanaha akashas sambhutaha. So which is the first one that has come into existence? Akasha. Then from the akasha, vayu. From the vayu, tejaha. From teja, apaha. And from the apa, adhyaha, prithvi. So this is the sequence. Akasha, vayu, teja, apa and prithvi. When all these indriyas are also being told, organs are also being numbered to us, it will also have connection to every element. Which element is the cause of which organ? And therefore, we have to remember this sequence, not to jumble the sequence. Just giving a count is not enough, but the count also should be in a proper sequence. All right. Shrotra. Shrotra means the auditory faculty. Now, I'm not going to say ears. We are going to say it is an auditory faculty. When you say ears, you have a certain physical structure. But we are not talking about anything that is gross yet. It is what? Subtle. And therefore, it is a faculty. Okay. So it is the auditory faculty is called as Shrotram. No doubt that the Shrotrendriya will function from this structure. But that what is functioning from this structure is not a structure. Just as you can function from your office, but you are not the office. You simply make yourself available to function from there. Correct? You are a vice president. But when you are walking in the market outside, you are not yet there in that capacity. But when you are in the chair, you are the vice president. Correct? So therefore, functioning from that place, it is the office. Shrotra. So Shrotra is what? The auditory faculty. Tvak. Tvak means the tactual faculty through which the perception of touch, rough or smooth, hot or cold is perceived. And so Tvak means the tactual faculty. And this tactual faculty covers the entire body. Covers the entire body. Even your eyes are also able to detect something that is a small little thing that has entered and it is bothering me. It is touch. You can't see, but there is a touch, sense of touch. So also you put something in the mouth and then you know the texture of the food. Okay, you're going to eat ice cream, it is soft. But when you are going to eat chakli, murukku, it is hard and it is also rough. So therefore, there is in the mouth also you have Tvagindriya. Okay, so Tvagindriya, Tvak, Shrotra is auditory faculty, Tvak is the tactual faculty. Then Chakshu. Chakshu means the visual faculty. The visual faculty. Chakshu. Rasana. Rasana means the gustatory faculty. And Ghrana. Ghrana means the olfactory faculty, the sense of smell. Olfactory faculty. Tvak. So the sequence is Shrotra, Tvak, Chakshu, Rasana, Ghrana. Once again, try to recall everything, closing your eyes. What is it? Shrotra, Tvak, Chakshu, Rasana, and Ghrana. Ghrana means olfactory, the sense of smell. Iti haakyani jnanendriyani. They are called as the organs of knowledge. These are the organs of knowledge. Organ just does not mean a physical structure. Okay? Organ means a part. This is a part of the subtle body, and therefore they are the organs. Then now let us go to the Pancha Karmendriyas. the 5 organs of action. What are they? Vak, the faculty of speech. Vak. Pani. Pani is the faculty of, lifting, releasing, holding, so on. So pani, the hands. Okay. Now when I say the word hand, we immediately imagine this physical structure. But again, we do not mean this physical structure. What we mean is the power which is there, the ability, the capacity which is there, which functions from this physical structure. Pani, so the hand. Okay, where have we gone? Pad, the feet. So it is the faculty of motion, movement. Okay, Pad. Payu. Payu means the ability to defecate. Payu, to remove the impurities of the body. So they're over there, defecate. So Payu. Upastha. Upastha means the faculty of procreation, the organ of procreation. Again, let us not confuse it as physical structure. It means only the capacity which functions from that physical structure. Just as in case of Jnanendriyas you have seen, so also it is true in case of Karmendriyas, the organs of action. Okay, iti Karmendriyani. Now furthermore, tatra shabdopalabdhi sadhanam indriyam shrotram. What is shrotra? He explains, comes to the Jnanendriyas again. The organ through which the sound becomes available to you, or it is the sadhanam, it is the means through which the sound is experienced, the tool through which the sound is experienced. Shabdopalabdhi sadhanam, sadhanam indriyam shrotram. It is a sadhanam, it is an indriyam, and it is an indriya for what? Shabdopalabdhi. It is a sadhanam, it is a tool, it is an instrument to experience the sound. Sparshopalabdhi sadhanam indriyam tvak. The tool, the means, the instrument through which the touch is experienced is called as tvak. It is from the word tvak only that the English, Latin, whatever has come into our language as touch. It is tvak. Tvak only has become touch. So it is the Indriyam. Basically, what is it? Indriyam. We will see, okay? Even the word Indriyam is also going to be deciphered. So it is an Indriyam. This Indriyam is sadhanam. It is what? Sadhanam. A tool. And it is a tool for what? For experiencing. Right? What is experienced through this tool? Touch. And therefore, sparshopalabdhi sadhanam indriyam tvak. Rupopalabdhi sadhanam indriyam chakshuhu. Rupopalabdhi. Rupa Upalabdhi. That tool or the instrument through which one experiences the colors and forms. The colors and forms is that Indriyam. It is an Indriyam and it is called as Chakshu. Chakshuhu. Rasaswadopalabdhi sadhanam Indriyam Rasanam. Now, the next is Rasanam. Rasanendriya. It is the tool or an instrument through which the experience of taste can be had. It is an instrument through which the experience of taste can be had, and it is called as Rasanam. Okay, Rasanam. So, Rasaswadopalabdhi sadhanam, it is sadhanam, it is Indriyam, and that sadhanam Indriyam through which the experience of taste is had is called as Rasanam. Okay. So there are two Indriyas. When you are going to say the organ of speech, which also would mean the mouth and the palate, the organ of speech, and organ of taste, we are going to say both of these are mouth. But no, the organ of taste is Rasanam and the organ of speech is Vak. Though both of these organs are available in the same area, yet in the same structures, yet they are different organs. Okay, further. Gandhopalabdhi sadhanam Indriyam Granam. The Indriya, which is a sadhanam, a tool through which the gandha, the smell, experience of smell is had, is called as Granam. It is called as Granam. So, how will you say? It is Granendriyam. Granam. Rasanendriyam, Granendriyam, Chakshurindriyam. Okay? Like that. Vachana Kriya Sadhanam Indriyam Vak. Now we have completed the 5 organs of knowledge. Now we will go to the 5 organs of action. What are they? Vachana Kriya Sadhanam Indriyam Vak. Now look at that. This is very, very interesting thing. In the earlier 5, we have said they are the sadhanas, they are the indriyas, but it is an indriya or a tool for upalabdhi. It is a tool for experience, upalabdhi. Now we are going to talk about indriya, which is a sadhanam, but it is not a sadhanam for upalabdhi. It is a sadhanam for kriya, action, kriya. And so, vachana kriya for the action of speech, a tool for the action of speech is called as vak. Vak, not vak. It is halanta. The pronunciation is half. Vak. Then adana kriya sadhanam indriyam pano. What is hands? It is the tool for the action of holding. For the action of holding. Adana kriya sadhanam indriyam pano. Gamana kriya sadhanam indriyam pado. The tool for the action of walking, gamana, going. Gamana kriya, for going, is called as the feet. Okay, pado. So it is dvivachanam. Pado. Visarga kriya sadhanam indriyam payuhu. Now, the tool for the action of defecating, for releasing the feces, is Visarga kriya sadhanam payu. It is called as payu. Okay, payu. Sukha kriya sadhanam indriyam upasthaha. That which is the sadhanam, the tool for the kriya of enjoyment, is called as upasthaha, is the upastha. The organs of procreation. Upasthaha. Now, so far, we have seen one thing which is common, talking about the 5 organs of action and the 5 organs of knowledge. Is we have in both the cases called them as organs. And the word organ in this part, though I'm using the word organ over here, is what we are keeping a special word for it, because you are going to say even heart is also an organ, the kidney is an organ, the spleen is an organ. But because we do not have any other English word for that, so at least my vocabulary does not have. But in Sanskrit, we have a word, and it is Indriyam. What is it? Indriyam. Very interesting. So whether it is an organ of action or whether it is an organ of knowledge, both of these are called as Indriyas. Correct? So there is a question. How will you define what is Indriya? Because when you are going to say Indriya, it should communicate either the organ of knowledge or organ of action. It should not mean heart, spleen, or any other part of the body. It should simply mean these faculties only. And therefore, there is a word, Indriya. You cannot say heart is an Indriya. You cannot say spleen is an Indriya. You cannot say kidney, liver is an Indriya. They are parts of the body. They are organs. But you cannot call them as Indriya. When you are going to use the word Indriya, it specifically will mean Jnanendriya or the Karmendriya only. It will be restricted only for these 10 things. When you're going to use the word Indriya, it will be restricted only for these 10 things. So question is, what is Indriya, sir? You could have had said it is a part. But you're not saying it's just a part of the body or part of that subtle body. You are using the word Indriya, specific. You're introducing a new word. And that word communicates just these 10 faculties. Correct? Just these 10 faculties, 5 of knowledge, 5 of action. So what is this Indriya? Would you not ask a question? What is this Indriya? So now we have to define what is Indriya. Okay, now we will be there at that point. So those who want specific definitions, this book is very, very, very helpful, because it is going to give you definitions, lakshanas. So when somebody says, what is an Indriya? You should be able to produce this. Because when you are going to say Indriya, it will not mean just another word for organ. We mean organ, but it is just specifically only these 10. It cannot mean any other thing. So the word Indriya will be restricted only to these. Okay? So here is the definition of the word Indriya. Somebody please note it down separately. Wherever we are going to come across definitions like these, they make a separate collection of these definitions. We are already on page number 71. So 70 pages we have gone through, almost a lot of definitions. Some, at least from this page onwards, just keep a separate note of just the definitions. Then we can arrange it alphabetically and create one, a book of definitions from the Tattvanusandhanam. Here, Sukha Dukkha Anukula Sakshatkara Pramiti Kriya Karanam Pramiti Kriya Karanam Atindriyam Indriyatvam. Okay, that Indriyatvam, there is a printing mistake. Those who have physical copy can make the change over there. Indriyatvam. Okay. So because every Indriya will have this special quality called as Indriyatvam, the Indriyaness, because of which it will be called as an Indriya. Like the cow has cowness. So the animal which has cowness is called as cow. Similarly, that which has Indriyatvam, Indriyaness, is called as Indriyam. So what do you want to define? Actually, if you define Indriyatvam, then whatever has Indriyatvam will become Indriya. Okay? So the definition will be of Indriyatvam. But where will you arrive? At Indriya. If you know what is Gotvam, you will know what is Go. If you know what is cowness, you will know what is cow. Like that. Indriyatvam. What is the definition? Sukha Dukkha Anukula Sakshatkara Pramiti Kriya Anyatara Karanam Atindriyam Indriyatvam. So there are two parts to this definition. Purvadala and Uttaradala. The thing is that the definition allows you to understand specifically only that which is defined. Correct? Then it is not a description, it is definition, it is lakshana. It does not overspill into anything else, or it does not leave anything out of its orbit, which otherwise can be called as, like if you say, what is a cow? Cow is a brown animal. Now, if you say brown, there is a brown cow, there is a black cow, there is a white cow, there is a spotted cow. So if you say cow is brown, then of course there is a brown cow. But this is incomplete. If you say that cow is a mammal, so of course, whether a brown cow, a black cow, a white cow, a spotted cow is a mammal. But along with that, you have brought in camel and buffalo and a deer and an elephant and everything. So your definition has overspilled itself. Definition should be such that it should not overspill, nor should it stay incomplete. Then it is a proper definition. And it is therefore called as lakshana. It is called as lakshana. Like that, when you want to know what is Indriyam, it should be able to just show you what is Indriya. So what is it? Look at it. Sukha dukkha anukula sakshatkara pramiti. It is pramiti, means knowledge. Knowledge which is conducive to the experience of sukha and dukkha. Okay. Knowledge which is conducive to generate the experience of sukha and dukkha. Let us see this part. You touch something and it is soft and nice. Then you touch something that is sharp and it causes pain. Okay? Pointed, sharp, it like a barb. It shoots a pain. Okay? So the knowledge of something, knowledge of that what is the soft thing, let's say just a soft blanket. Okay? This soft blanket now makes you feel cozy and nice. So it is the knowledge of softness which has generated sukham. It has generated the experience of sukham. Then there is yet another knowledge, the sharp barb, which has generated dukkham. So sukha dukkha anukula sakshatkara pramiti. One part. Then kriya, or iti, or of the kriya, or of an action. Karana. It is the tool for either the karana, for an action, it is for kriya, for it is a karana, it is a tool either for action or for that knowledge which generates sukha and dukkha. A tool either for some action or a tool for the knowledge which generates sukha and dukkha. Kriya anyatara karanam. So this is one part of the definition. Atindriyam. So also at the same time, it is something beyond the senses, beyond the indriyas. Indriyas by themselves are atindriya. The indriyas by themselves are atindriya. Atindriyam indriyatvam. This is called as indriyam, indriyatvam, the indriyaness. Now, we have two parts of the definition. That it is a karanam, it is a tool. And when we have said tool, tool for what? It is a tool either for action or for knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge which generates sukham and dukkham. Okay? So, sukha dukkha anukula sakshatkara pramiti kriyanyatara karanam indriyam atindriyam indriyatvam. And then the second part of the definition is that it is atindriyam. Now we have to examine this definition. We have to examine the definition. We will do this little exercise of examining the definition of Indriya. How will you do that? The definition has two parts. Then we will see what is the reason that the first part is there and what is the reason the author has included even the second part. So what is the validity of both the dalas, parts of the definition? And this is how then we will discover whether the definition is valid or not. When you want to know what is Indriyam, then the definition should allow you to know what is Indriyam. And why are we at the Indriyas? Because it is from the subtle elements, the Saptadashalingatmaka Sukshma Shariram is born. In the Saptadasha Lingas, there are 5 organs of knowledge, 5 organs of action. And both of these are Indriyas, Jnanendriyas, 5 Jnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. And therefore, now we want to know what is Indriya. Okay? So the main topic, and this is the subsidiary topic. Okay? So we will come to it when we meet tomorrow again. Om Brahmaham Yat Prasadena Mayi Vishwam Prakalpitam Srimad Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranavami Jagatan Gurum Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punasvayam Tam Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya Prasadadahamadvayatma विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदा श्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतो द्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।